Welcome to a really quick episode of video game thrifting in Denmark. This is gonna be just a pickups video. Let's just jump right into it. And I have a bunch of titles here, which you can't see yet. And the the first five are quite special because these ones didn't cost me a thing, because they were actually gifted to me by a very good friend of mine who is aware of my quest to build a physical PC game library. And even though she can't really know exactly everything that's on my list, most, if not all, the things she brought actually kind of hit the mark. So let's start with the first thing. Would be the Settlers Heritage of Kings expansion disc. I am collecting the Settlers series. This is just the expansion disc of Heritage of Kings, which, if I'm not mistaken, is basically Settlers 5. And from what I know, this version of Settlers had two expansions. So there's this one, and there should be another one, and that means this needs two other discs to be complete, but she hit it well with this one, so that's cool. Then there is a combo of Mist Masterpiece Edition and Riven. And while I've never actually really played Mist, I do appreciate and understand its role in overall gaming history and adventure games in general. I do play adventure games, as you know, and this is on my list in general also. So another correct hit with this one. Sim Earth. Now I can kind of understand why I should think this would work. This would be something I'm interested in. I'm technically actually not. I've never really gotten into any of the sim / games. I did play actually SimCity 2000 a long time ago, but there's just something about contemporary set city builders that just don't click for me. I just don't care, and that's kind of valid for. I have never played Skylines either. This, regardless how good that game should be or is said to be. Contemporary set city builders really don't do it for me. One exception there might be Workers and Resources, but technically that's not contemporary. That's from the past. That's from the Soviet past. So, but still, so Sim Earth, a really interesting old game that I don't mind having in my collection, to be honest. Okay, this one's a bit iffy. This is Tony Hawk's Underground 2. And while definitely not the type of game I cover on the channel at all, I did play some Tony Hawk something, a couple of titles, a couple of Tony Hawk titles in high school at a friend's house, and enjoyed them thoroughly. I don't know if it was this one. I don't know if it was something before this one or after this one. I would have to. I don't think it was this one. I would have to look at the years of release and stuff like that. But even so, not necessarily. I don't mind having this one in my collection either, because, like I said, I have played some Tony Hawk stuff and I did enjoy them. So they're fine in my book. And the other one, the last thing she gave me is Unreal Tournament 2004. Not as classic as, although it is not as classic as the OG Unreal. However, I did play a little bit of this back in my going to internet cafe days. The main thing we played was Quake 2 and 3. Unreal Tournament, not that much. But likewise, I don't mind having it in my collection. So she told me that, like, I doubt you wanted FIFA or sports shit, and I'm like, right on. So these were nice. I got 5 free titles for my collection. Thank you very much. And now I have 6 titles here, sort of. Yeah, are there 6 titles? Yeah. Each of them was again 10 Danish crowns. And we begin with something I've never played, however, it's Sacred Plus, which the plus, I guess it stands for either one or more of Sacred's expansions included. Sacred is an ARPG that was released, like, I think, yeah, in 2004. Not a title I ever actually played, but That doesn't mean I'm not gonna play it and check it out, because it is from 2004. It's old enough for me to actually, I'm contemporary with it, so I might be interested in checking it out. The other thing that the game has going for it is that it is developed by a German studio, and let's just say in the future of the channel, German studios will become very important. This is Stronghold 2 Deluxe. Even though I've only played Stronghold HD, it's a fine game, but it's not what I'm looking for in city building, because that's the thing, that's a castle simulator more or less, and it's really about building cool fortifications and stuff like that, and that's not the type of experience that I'm sort of looking for in city building. However, that doesn't mean I'm not interested in getting the original Stronghold, so I got this just so that the original Stronghold has its sequel when I do find it. And talking about large and long spanning collections that I'm working on, I'm obviously also collecting the Civilization titles, and this is Civilization 3 Conquests. It's an expansion disc to Civilization 3, which I don't have yet. It's just really fun and interesting because back then, in general, the expansions also the DLCs. It's not DLC. The expansions had to be on discs as well. There weren't any DLCs. Civilization 3, not my favorite of the civilizations, but you know, a collection is a collection. So working on that. And thankfully, this right here is a Civilization 4 Complete Edition. So I at least have Civilization 3 now. I have Civilization 2 and 2 Test of Time, I believe. So the Civilization series collection is actually gathering some numbers. That's nice. That's great. Now this one. This is a super special title because this is a title I've recently reviewed and really enjoyed, Settlers 3, which is really cool. Because, like I said, I'm collecting the Settlers series, of course, and I do have up until now I have Settlers 2 10th Anniversary Edition and Settlers 4, and now I have Settlers 3 as well. So this one's gaining in numbers as well. I haven't yet covered Settlers 4, but it's coming. I don't know if this year, but if it's not this year, it's gonna be next year. And the final title for this pickup is a true personal classic, Worms Armageddon. Unfortunately, I mean, it is the sold out version, and I know some of you don't really dig these covers. Not a big fan either, but you know, beggars can be choosers when it comes to this. Like, I started collecting PC games in 2022, so I can't really be very picky about the things I get. But yeah, Worms Armageddon is a veritable staple of memories from high school, especially because where I played this most was in my high school's informatics lab. Some other countries would call it the computer lab. So that's why it's so. Also, the game is fucking nuts and awesome, and I will cover it again probably next year. But yeah, that's why it's such a super classic for me, because I played it. It's also associated with some very particular memories and, you know, that particular time in one's life, you know, high school years. So that was it for this pickup episode of thrifting in video game thrifting in Denmark. I have resumed thrifting after my break from YouTube stuff and things. I haven't found a lot. I found a couple of things, but I'm waiting. I need more time, basically more time to pass so that I can find more stuff, so that I can shoot some fresh footage and yeah, that sort of stuff. But I still have at least one episode left of finds you don't know about, of pickups you don't know about yet. So look forward to that. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Steven Ansys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video.